Greetings, friends from Jerusalem, Israel. My name is Avram Sadok, and I am the founder of the Alumni Rediscovery Bible Association. I'm making this professional class video to explain something to you and share some very exciting information with you. That information is simply the Temple Mount is in the shape of a man's hand. If you know the Temple Mount, you can know Jerusalem, and that's our aim. And to that end, we have taken the contours, the deep contours of the British, we gotta get the new director here, of the British survey of 1918, and the depth here is due more to the fact that the contours here is sort of a thick or layers and so forth. But that red dot, that represents the Temple Mount. This area here, that's the Mount of Olives. That's the Mount of Olives. This is the Kidron Valley. And this area here is the Roman fort. That's what that was. It's one of 5 that we can identify with the same dimension, so we know what this is. And there's other things that we'll be able to tie that in. But we wanted to show you that we all are connected. We're connected by our hands. Hashem says, "Behold, I have graven thee on the palms of my hands, thy walls are continued before me." Every time we raise our hands in prayer, in praise to Hashem, we're saying, hey, this is my identity card, or hand, as it were. And to that end, we have created a prototype diorama book that we want to send to each of our supporters. And each one will have the contours here. It might be a little bit hard for you to see those contours. Let's see if I do it here. Okay, I think that's the orientation there. And if we lay this over here, you can see that that is generally in the shape of a man's hand. If you know this, you can know where the Mount of Olives is, where the Temple Mount was, where the Roman fort was, where the Jaffa Gate, the Damascus Gate going north to Syria. You've got the Lions Gate over here, where Mordecai in 1967, where he captured the old city of Jerusalem and so forth through the Lions Gate, and the Eastern Gate here, which is in this area. It's all in your hands. The history of the Bible is there. Abraham's sacrifice of Isaac is right there. So that's what we are building for. We want you to know Jerusalem. You know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that knows the Bible a lot better than I do. But I know where things are, or were. And we want to share that with you. We're asking each person to support this ministry, and it is a ministry, with a donation of $75 at least, because we're going to make each one of these books in-house. You won't be able to get them at Amazon or anything else. We're going to make them because we want people to know this is who you are. And each will accompany a series of transparent overlays so that you can, the family can trace their hands and proportionally, center that thumb, the younger the hands, the center of that thumb, they'll have the area of the temple in their hands. Now, a lot of people put the information in the Bibles, in writing, and so forth. But imagine that loved one in the family who traces that hand, and they'll sign it, and you'll always have that to look at. That's, to me, I guess I'm just an old softy here. But at any rate, with my children, with their hands and so forth, I can look at it and I can say, rather than a signature. Anyway, if you have a cell phone, then you can afford to support this ministry. We're not asking you to donate with funds for blessed olive oil or old rags or anything else, no trinkets. We want to give you knowledge. And you can't forget this. It's your hand. That's Jerusalem. You don't want to be like the people who don't know Jerusalem. Or if they get here, they don't know where they are. Or when they leave, they don't know where they've been. We want you to know. Your Sunday schools, your synagogues, all of this. This is knowledge that's so simple. And we're just asking for you to contribute and help us in this endeavor. We're on Indiegogo, and we ask you to visit the site, INDIEGOGO, and go there, and you'll just look for the Psalm, the palm of God's hand. The Psalm of God's hand. That's PSALM of God's hand. That's the title, and you'll locate it. It's a 3D graphic book. We're going to make at least 1,000. I'm looking for 144,000, and I hope you'll be a partner with us in that endeavor. It's a ministry, because how can you love Jerusalem if you don't know it? And this is your chance. It's almost like being in the wilderness and donating to the tabernacle. What a privilege that was. This is your chance. God bless you, and be well.